I took a road trip to show you guys something really cool, so stick with me because you're bound to see something you like. I am here at my brother-in-law's gunsmithing shop. It's Function, Accuracy, Form Gunsmithing in Perryville, Kentucky. You guys are going to love everything you see here. I promise. So stick around. I'm even going to show you some really, really cool old craftsmen. This is my brother-in-law, Brad, and he is a
certified gunsmith and an licensed FFL.
Licensed FFL, certified gunsmith, right here in Perryville, Kentucky. I'll put a card up here. Matter of fact, I'll put it right down here. You'll see it. And if you need any kind of that work done and you're in the Perryville, Kentucky area, stop in and see Brad. You guys are going to love some of the stuff you see in here.
You can actually mail it to me too, and then I can mail it back. It just costs more that way.
Let's look around the shop. Well, I don't know what gunsmithing shop would be complete without a horse dog. This is Ripley. I think they named her Ripley because whenever they tell anybody, you tell somebody how big she is, right? And it's like, believe it or not. You always say, believe it or not. Yeah. So that's horse dog, Ripley. And this is the work counter that Brad does all his work at. And I can't see my hand in here, but I'm sure you Harbor Freight fans will recognize this stuff. And just a really super nice work area. Everything is perfectly at hand, but I didn't want to miss the lathe station over here. We'll continue back that way, but then look at this. So, what was this when you went, honey? I got you a birthday present.
Yeah.
Because these two things belong together. But I'll tell you, now, coming from the expert here, what do you like? Three things you like about the Vulcan, and three things that you do not like about it.
I think the programming could be simpler on it. The cables do tend to be stiff, especially for the TIG work. However, you can get a Tweco or one of those better ones, and it does adapt. Now, one of the favorite things with this Vulcan welder is interchangeability. It's built to industry standards, so you can use it, get consumables and stuff from your standard welding shop. So if you can't get Vulcan, go to your welding shop. You can get it there. That's absolutely fantastic. It does what it's advertised to do. It does have the adjustability you need. It's just a good welder. And the price point is absolutely unbeatable.
And before we get to it, what is going to be your favorite tool in the shop?
Probably my lathe.
Lathe. So right here, right?
Yeah, that's just
your sideways drill press.
Right.
Sideways drill press. And what kind of wrenches did you say these were?
We got some Icon down there.
Icon.
Couldn't afford Snap-on.
A precision. You heard it here on the Dale Lucid channel first. A precision necessary business, and he can use Icon. And it was better than the tools that they sent with his lathe. That's why he went and got these Icon wrenches, and I think they're fantastic. Like you said, couldn't afford Snap-on. Don't say that on my channel. What's wrong with you?
No, they're a high quality wrench. They're excellent value.
So this is your favorite tool. What one thing you like about it? One thing you don't like about it?
It's too small. It was very economical.
What makes it your favorite tool, though?
The amount of thought you have to put into your projects, the fact you can take this and make a spindle out of it if you wanted to. This is just a chunk of steel. You stick it in this machine and you've got a usable part. You can make a bolt out of this, a nut, a shaft. My wife's rolling pin, she broke the handle off. I took this, I made a brand new set of handles and pins for it.
Fantastic. Now, is this a Harbor Freight press?
No, this is a Grizzly product.
Okay, that doesn't get to go on my channel. Now, a lot of you fans are going to recognize this. I'll give you just a second. What's the year, Brad?
I believe it's a 1959 or 60 Craftsman drill press.
We were playing with it and laughing a little while ago. So there is a bearing issue with it, and we were laughing about it. But good old Craftsman drill press. Look at this thing. Don't you just love this old tools? But Yukon. So we got the Vulcan over there. We got the Yukon. Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got a Harbor Freight sandblaster. It's going to be a U.S. General 26-inch top chest and a lower. How's that holding up for you?
Really well.
So everything, you'll notice everything's like real reachable. Like if we're sitting at the workbench here, and we could turn around and get right in our tool cabinets. Why do you have two tool cabinets here, a counter and a tool cabinet?
Well, this one's for tools. This one I use as an intake counter. That way I don't have to disturb my work over here. This one I keep extra paperwork in. I keep extra consumable supplies. It's a rolling storage cabinet, basically.
Well, what about the lower one next to your sandblaster?
Oh, that one? That is one I had previously, and that actually has all my reloading supplies in it for when I reload ammunition for myself. Okay,
so we're going to get to the really cool old Craftsman that I'm going to show you guys. But why? What do you keep in the U.S. General that is not in your old Craftsman cabinet?
That is all gunsmithing specific tools. I've got tap and die sets in there that are specifically for gunsmithing.
Can we just see a few drawers? A few of your favorite things. What are a few of your favorite things?
Let's see. This one. 1911 trigger work and sight tools. Some of the stuff we're working on slides. This is pretty much 1911 and trigger job stuff.
Cool. Anything else?
Stuff. Let's see.
What do you use for a micrometer, by the way?
I have a set of Franklin Arsenal digital calipers.
Sweet.
Then my micrometer is actually over here. This is my main one. This is Stereo.
Is this a hot dog holder?
No, that's an outside caliper. That's an inside caliper. They don't have one for the size of your mouth. I have Stereo micrometers.
His comedy career didn't go well, so now he does this.
Yes, exactly. Just some inside pinhole gauges.
Oh, nice.
I've got more stuff to get, but just some basics.
And what do we keep in the top chest? Anything cool?
Oh, I don't know. It depends on who you look at. These are some specialty screwdrivers I've come up and made that work for specific things.
So you've modified these screwdrivers for a specific task.
Yes.
This has done a lot.
Metric tap and dies. Standard tap and dies. These are all specialties here for special threadings that gunsmithing takes. Carbide stuff. I'm slowly adding that as I need it. Then spare drill bits, because they do break.
I didn't see any Warrior drill bits in there, Brad.
You won't. I didn't last more than a moment.
Eric's got to put another piano on his yacht because most billionaires have two. So.
Well, I won't be helping fund that.
Not that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is facing tools and pilots I've made for different items.
Now, what's important enough to be in the top till, though?
Well,
Anything?
Anything.
Do you pull anything out of the top till? I rarely use anything in my top till.
Oh, always. I've got 3 different types of vise blocks. I use these constantly. rarely used. Some of these are different action blocks for different revolvers. Action wrench. I've got some rifle stuff elsewhere. I keep it with rifle stuff. This is just the stuff for the revolvers. Oh, you'll love this, being a Harbor Freight fan.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, these are the precision. How well do these work for you?
They work very well. They get in there, they hold on. A lot of the cheaper ones you come across, they've got a taper to their pins. These don't, and these haven't snapped off on me yet. So
I would have thought the case would be. I mean, this is a really nice blow molded case, and it seems to hold everything really well. But I haven't seen a lot of snap-on cases, blow molded cases either. So it's probably just as good as a snap-on blow molded case. But looks like it's organized well. And the vise blocks. Do you like a particular brand? Because I want to show you guys this vise here in a minute. You're going to love this thing, especially the old guys
have
like
a
me.
particular brand that I get. I shop them out per. I've gone through probably a dozen different ones. I've got these two sets here that have worked really well for me. My favorite thing about this set is when I get this worn out, I've got other sets of these I can slide in. I bought spare sets of the jaws. So when these get worn out, I can replace them. Every so often, I'll forget to swap these out when I put something in the vise that I have to cut. That doesn't work out well. What's burning? This is probably my most used set of jaw protectors, vise jaw protectors. They're the JCL products. They've got grooves in them, so you can hold products at different angles. They do take a little bit of heat when you're cutting something. They work out pretty good. And they've got the magnetic holders in there too. Holds them on the jaws.
Very nice setup. Now, how long have you? Where did you get this vise first?
This was my grandfather's vise. Where he got it, only he knows, and he's no longer with us, so I couldn't tell you. But it's a made in the USA Columbia vise. And it's been around as long as I've known. I believe it came out of LA with him from before I was born in '69, so.
Now, there is a computer down here. You guys can see this. So he mostly just pounds on the keyboard like a gorilla, but he does have a computer down here. I guess it makes him look smart to the customers, but I know better. Oh, well, yeah, let's see. Let's see. Here we go for you tech guys here. That'll do.
Yeah,
It'll do.
gets the job done.
I like how that's set up, by the way. That's very cool.
Yeah. One of the most used, there's not a day goes by that this tool doesn't get touched. It's a flex shaft grinder. And
Very
you can
nice.
get them for hundreds of dollars, but this Grizzly works fantastic as is. I've had no problems with it at all.
Now, this isn't the only Grizzly item you have, tool item you have in the shop, right?
No, it's not. Grizzly Industrial does a really good job with their stuff. Some of it's pretty cheesy, but they really do a pretty good job of keeping the quality up. And the customer service is par none. It's right there.
Really like how everything's nice and close at hand. This is where the custom work, a lot of the custom work gets done on this workbench. And I'm going to let Brad show you what all he has here because, quite frankly, we know what this is. So this is a thing of which we probably cannot speak without getting demonetized on this video. But look at all the smart storage and organization you have here. I guess you would have to be. Now, how much of your business is custom work like this right here? Where you graft custom parts and have to machine them and adjust and make them work?
I'd say less than 10%. I've got 3 of these highly specialized projects in the shop right now.
3.
But they are termed long-term projects, and I get a slowdown period where I've got several days to work on it in a row, and I work on them. So they're
These are time-consuming projects,
very,
then.
and all of these are things that are sentimental to their customers. So there's a real heartfelt connection. They're not concerned about the cost of the project. They're just concerned that it gets done right, and so I really take my time on them.
Now, of course, most of this stuff, these tools are for the same thing, right?
Yeah, most of all this back here is just storage. Down here you've got a little belt sander, Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight right here.
Yeah, and it does a really nice job for what it is. I'd like a bigger one at some point, but it fits the space really well, and it's going into 3 years of service, and it hasn't let me down yet.
Now, maybe you accidentally bought this and didn't know that Harbor Freight has these. They do have a larger one this size now. So they used to be too small. Now, what's the best?
This actually came with my class.
Oh, I see.
When I took my class to get certified as a gunsmith, that actually came as part of the project.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool. So, now, what does a gunsmith who has this, does this precision work? What do you put in your, what is that tip that you told me that you put in your ultrasonic cleaner?
I use simple green in it. I get the 100% concentrate, and it gets a half gallon of that, and I fill the rest up with distilled water.
Why do you have to use the distilled water? This is a tip, guys.
So you do not end up with mineral deposits on the inside of your ultrasonic. That'll rain them. Even with the stainless steel insides and stuff, it will destroy it over time. Plus, you don't end up with any mineral deposits or anything on the parts you're working on, and your cleaning fluid will last longer because it's not working against the minerals in your tap water.
Excellent. So there's a tip. You heard it from Function, Accuracy, Form Gunsmithing, the sole proprietor himself. I'm going to be right back and show you that really cool old Craftsman coming up now.